you, Internet. We're back. Cease and Resist here. Welcome to the lair. I think we might switch things up. Why don't we go to our upstairs lair?
We'll take it, send it over to us upstairs.
To us.
Hey, thank you, downstairs band. We are the upstairs Cease and Resist. Here at the record room, we got to change things up, shake the tree a little bit. We got a lot to talk about, mainly getting to the studio next weekend. But first, let's look at some clips from our last show at Long Shot. Here we go!
What a great show that was. Amazing night, bangers only. Really had a great time. But the fun doesn't stop there. We got another one coming your way end of this month, the 29th. That's a Friday night. We're back at the Melody Inn. We're opening up for the amazing touring artist. It's the fabulous Miss Wendy. What a shredder. It's going to be awesome. She's there with also Mad Libby. It's going to be an amazing night. 29th, Friday night. That is the Melody Inn. Definitely don't want to miss that one. See you there.
But enough of all the live show talk. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. The new EP. We're about to jump into the studio, get it started up. We're very, very excited about it. Been working very hard, getting the songs ready. Been hitting the metronome as a full group a lot. So for those of you who are not familiar with our process, or just the process of recording in general, the process, yes.
Trust it.
Yes. We kind of start with the foundation of the drums and then add rhythm guitar, bass, our main man, Sam the Crowbauer, get the bass going. Big thing with this time around is this first weekend, it's not just about drums. We're going to get all the rhythm tracking done at the same studio, same weekend.
Really excited. Me and Dan have been working on, when we play these songs live, we normally take our solos, do little lead lines. So we've been working on just getting our rhythm tracking as tight as it can be.
We're all singing lead on the track this time around, which is very exciting for us. Our main man, Jay, has got 2, and then all the rest of us got 1. Yeah. Very excited.
You guys heard it last week. We debuted Horsepower. That's going to be our lead track on there. Probably going to release that as our lead single. Then we got a song by Chandler called Steam. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Dan's got one.
I got one too. It's called No Goodbye. Sam's got one.
I have one.
Sam's got one too. Sam's going to sing a song on this one.
Yes, believe it or not.
Yes.
This train don't stop.
This train don't stop. And then we're going to close things out with a little ditty called All the Money's Gone. So it's going to be great. We're really excited. We've been working hard, practicing with that metronome, practicing our rhythm tracking and getting everything ready to go to record that ASAP.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Hello, my name's Chandler Picard, and I'm the drummer for Cease and Resist. As you know, we're going into the studio to record a new EP, so you know what that means. Time for some fresh drum heads. Well, first things first, you gotta pick the kind of drum heads you'd like to use. Now, I personally prefer the Remo sound. I use 4 different kinds of heads from Remo on my drum kit. All the top heads on my toms are Remo Pinstripe. All the bottom heads are the Ambassadors. I use a Emperor X on top of my snare, and then I use an Ambassador on the bottom of my snare. Then on the kick drum, the big old Power Stroke 3. Now, typically I like using clear heads, but I decided to change things up this time, and I went for the Blackout. First things first, we gotta take off the old drum heads. All All right, now next we're gonna put on the fresh heads. Now, before I put on the new heads, I like to go around the edge here and break the binding on this glue up a little bit. Helps it loosen up the head before you put it on so it doesn't get as detuned so quickly. Because as we all know, putting on drum heads and you don't do this or stretch them out, they'll go out of tune so fast and it gets real frustrating and you gotta fight it for a little while. You don't wanna deal with that. So that's why you do that. Drum head on, and I got it fairly tight, equally around the lugs. This is the time you want to go and stretch out the drum head by pushing down on it. Don't be afraid to push down on it nice and hard, stretch it out, get it loosened up a little bit. Like I said, it helps keep your tone control later on. Now that we stretched out the head, now we want to actually dial in the tuning on all the lugs, get them all equal. I really like using a drum dial. It's an instrument that measures the tension on the lugs with a number readout up here. So then you just go around the lugs, check, and get them all at the same number, and then you have an equal sound all across the board. Boom, just like that, you got your brand new drum head on. Now, I gotta do that like a bunch more times. I know you don't wanna see that. Let's just go take a look at how they look when they're done. Here we go.
Well, guys, we are going into the studio.
We are?
So we all know what that means.
We are.
We bought some new gear.
New gear. Buddy, got it.
Yeah. So we all got some new gear. Some of us got quite a bit. Some of us got less than others.
I got new strings.
Yeah, that's cool. And then we also got some new black drum heads, but
Rock and roll.
that's also cool. But then Sam, you got a bassless fret or fretless bass?
A bassless fret.
Fretless?
A what?
A what? What is it?
Well, we'll send it
Where'd
down
they
to
go?
downstairs, Sam, to show all y'all.
Take it away downstairs, Sam.
New gear alert.
Uh-oh. Oh, whoa, what's that?
It's a Fender Jazz Bass in dark sky finish, but this is especially cool because it is fretless.
What?
So you get more of an upright sound, but you got to be on your game. This is, I think, a standard jazz bass control. So it's got a master tone knob and then two separate volume knobs for each pickup. So to get blended tones, you just add the volume up on both pickups.
I'm here to bring you a new gear alert. I got a little new piece of equipment myself. It's a new pedal, so it adds different effects to my guitar. It's an octave pedal, and for those of you that don't really know what that is, it's just a pedal that makes the sounds go higher or lower, so it moves them in octaves. So it kind of sounds like you're playing multiple guitars at once. It just adds a whole nother layer of texture. So here is the Boss Octave OC5 pedal. The top left knob right here, that's the direct level. So that's just kind of the overall volume setting of the pedal, how loud it'll be basically. These two middle knobs right here, the +1, -1 octave. So those control the sounds of the octave above and below respectively of what you're playing in. And then the top right knob, the -2 octave range, so that kind of just gives it a whole new layer of sounds. There's several things it can do depending on if it's turned to poly or vintage. But when I have it in poly, it kind of gives it like a nice organ overtone. And I'll show you guys what that sounds like. There you go.
You guessed it, it's time for Sam's final thoughts. Take it away, Sam.
You know, guys, some things have happened in my life that really have me reevaluating my mental health. Band beers, which was Hams, which I was convinced that I hated, but they were delicious.
Right? They're good.
So now I'm beginning to wonder if I should reevaluate other things that I thought I didn't like in my life. So maybe this is a time we can all do that sort of reflection and maybe take another look at things that we think aren't that great. You never know. Could be a tasty hams. And with that, I leave you. Good night.